Morning, 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 morning. Hope things are good with you. So let's talk about the easy way, the easy path, because that's totally not the done thing at the moment, is it? You've got like Jocko Willink on Instagram posting photos of his floor at 2:30 in the morning covered in sweat, and you've got Gary Vee telling you to hustle harder, stronger, faster, 24/7, grind, and words like that. But the easy way is the way for one group of your audience, and that's your customers. Your job as a business owner is to try and make your customer's life as easy as possible. And I've talked about this before. The fact is, as humans, we will naturally deviate to the easy option. We're not built for hard stuff. This is why hard stuff is so challenging, because we just want the easy option. And if you want to make more sales, or you want to get more replies, or you want to get more sign-ups to your list, then the best way of doing that, the easiest way of doing that, is to make it even easier for your customer. So we're going to tap into that kind of thing. And the first thing you can do, so I'll give you a few examples of how you can do this in business, but the first thing you can do is just kind of be that person anyway. Just be the kind of light-hearted, fun person that's easy to approach. And it's not about being funny, it's not about being hilarious. All these kind of things just grease the wheel. It's just, it's about being the kind of person that, you're not going to correct somebody's spelling. Actually, it's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Don't be that person. If you're writing to the Queen or you're writing to the taxman, you'll probably spend a day or two composing that email and you'll pass it round friends. You don't want to be that kind of person. You want to be the kind of person that people knock off an email to or knock off a DM to. Very simple. It's just like the easiest thing in the world. It's like when I said before about being the kind of person that if they were to walk into a networking meeting, they'd look at your face and go, oh, excellent, and head over to you. And the benchmark for this is really low. If you think about a networking meeting when people are just trying to hand out cards left, right, and centre and deliver their pitch, you don't have to be Seinfeld to be the person that people head to. You just have to be a friendly face. And that's the thing I want you to be aware of. Being that kind of person makes things easier. People will gravitate towards you. And if they gravitate towards you, they'll listen to your ideas, they'll download your freebie, and when it comes time to making a decision, you'll be the first thing they think about because they'll go for the easy. So just be that kind of person. And so let's look at a few examples. So if you want somebody to reply to something, make it really easy for them. And not just in the sense of make it obvious where to click the button to hit reply or anything like that. And a good example of this is, so as a magician, I had a trick where I used to do this trick with a cup and a ball. God, a magician's life sounds so weird. A cup and a ball. If I was run over with these things in my pocket, CSI would have a field day. So as a magician, I had this trick with a cup and a ball, and the ball would go and vanish from my hand, appear under the cup, it would go into my pocket, appear under the cup, yada, yada, yada. At the end of this trick, I'd lift up the cup and there'd be a lime, and people would react. And then I'd pass the cup over to somebody else, they'd lift the cup up, and there's another lime, 2 limes from the same cup. Now, that's a great trick. It was one of my favourites to do. But for rowdy audiences like, sportsmen's dinners, rough pubs, or, WI meetings, for rough gigs like that, I would add an extra kicker in. So I did this bit with the limes, I produced the 2 limes, then I'd do a gag where I'd just keep producing them, an endless stream of limes. And at some point, while producing this endless stream of limes, I would say, I can keep this up all night long. Do you know why? Have a think what a drunk man at a sportsman's dinner would say to the line, I can keep this up all night long. Exactly. Is it because you're on Viagra, mate? At which point, I'd ask somebody to lift up the cup, and underneath the cup would be a pot of Viagra. Didn't play so well at kids' parties, but at those church dinners, it killed. So you see what's happening there. You give them the line. It's like the setup to a joke, and they can't resist it. It's so easy. They want to be funny in front of their friends. They're tanked up. They've got confidence. So saying a line to somebody like, I can keep it up all night long, it just screams Viagra. It's the same as when you're a magician, you do a sponge ball trick. You've got 2 balls in your hand. Hey! It's harder to fight the response. It's almost Tourette's-like. So you can tap into this. You can, even spelling errors, you can kind of encourage a reply by making a funny autocorrect error. and things like that. So just think about what would make it easy for them to respond, almost Tourette's-like response time. That's a good thing to do. So let's have a look at, go from like Tourette's and Viagra and Lyme's to like your opt-in page. So how can you make that easier? Well, the first step is give them only one thing to do. Don't have 18 different clickable options on your opt-in page. Your opt-in page is for them to opt into your lead magnet and join your list. That's what you want them to do. It's its only job. It's its only job. So just give it that job. Don't have a bunch of different clickable links that they can go to. Just have one thing. Put your email address in here. Here's a button. There you go. Don't be distracted by adverts, shiny things, and other clickable things. And while we're at it, you know, when you're looking at an opt-in form, don't give them 18 different boxes to fill out. First name, last name, address, email address. What was your granny wearing on the 17th of August? They don't need that much to fill in a lead magnet. Every single box they fill in is another barrier. So only have the stuff that you need, you absolutely need, to get them onto your list so they can start hearing from you. Just make it easy. Don't make them do a test. It's not meant to. So let's have a look at like sales pages as well. So there's lots of little aspects on sales pages that can make it easier for them. Make it a readable font, make the color easy on the eye. Even things like benefits. Make sure you list the benefits rather than just the features. Don't make them do the hard work of figuring out why your downloadable course is a good thing, because they can listen to it anywhere. Tell them. Make it easy. Don't make them make the leap, because some of them won't and they'll miss out. Even things like sales buttons. You know, have them in places where it's obvious. If it's not at the top, if it's not like an impulse buy, a front-end offer, you can have a line at the top saying, you know you already want this? Scroll to the bottom, you'll find a big yellow button. Excellent. Tell them exactly what you need them to do. I see some sales pages where, I don't know if it's an artistic thing, but they'll have the color of the buy button will be just one shade different from the background. And I don't know the reason for that, because in my mind it should be like bold and brass. It should be click here and really obvious. Make their life a lot easier. So that's the one thing I want you to think about today. And you can do this with everything. When you write an email and you've got a CTA, what's the one thing you can do to make it more likely, easier for them to do the thing you want them to do? So give them a link to click. Don't make them type out your email address. Obvious things like that. You'll be doing most of this anyway, but it's always worth bearing in mind that if you want the customer to do something, make it as easy as possible. But having said that, there is a time when you want to make it more difficult for the customer, more challenging. What is that? Well, we'll talk about that for tomorrow. See you later.